I'm Deanna. I go by High Road Gal, and right now it's my 6 month anniversary, and I thought I would celebrate it by doing my first YouTube video. Uh, yeah, let me see if I can get the. It's kind of dark. The sun's setting. I don't know if you can see. I am in a Toyota Sienna, 2005 Toyota Sienna. Um, and I wanted to talk to you today about why I chose a minivan. Um, oh, I have my little handy dandy list of things. And the first reason I chose a minivan as opposed to, a regular, like a Sprinter or a Chevy or a Ford Econoline is because of the price. For minivans, used minivans, you can get them anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. And I paid cash. I didn't want to go into debt, and I sold my Prius and I bought this one cash. And it was a little more expensive than I wanted, but it's all-wheel drive, and it's got a lot of the features that I want. It's got an alarm system. I feel safer, and it's got really great kind of tinted windows with these screens that pull up, so that really helps with my stealth when I add stuff to it for stealth. And in future videos, I will get into that, how I do it and why. So the price, yeah, not only the outlay but also repairs. Toyota, for example, is really a good brand. I've had really good experience with them. Although I did have a big repair 2 months out, but she starts up every time. I call her Carlotta. I want to introduce her too. You can't see her very well here with the time of day, but I'll do kind of a tour another time. There's not much to see. It's a no build, but I've got some tips for people who are not very high tech, um, and things that'll work in a minivan. So that's coming up in the future. So the price, of course, gas. On the freeway, I get about 20. In the city, which is me, I'm mostly in the city, I get about not so good 14. But that's partly because I have I got these bigger tires, got little small truck tires on it, because I want to be able to one day be on the land, and that really slowed it down. And for a time, I had a cargo box on top, so it was really slowing me down. But we'll talk about that more. The second reason I got a minivan is because of my lifestyle. I wanted to ease into the van life. I wasn't sure if it was for me. I didn't want to, just suddenly throw myself out there in the desert when I'm not ready. But I really wanted to try it. And my lifestyle is more urban and urban stealth. And, I'm still working. I still am in a small city. It's got some sort of rural, semi-rural areas, but it's a city. It's got apartment complexes. It's got shopping centers, and it's got huge residential districts. And I just wasn't sure where I was going to fit in, because this is another part of my lifestyle, and this is pretty much the number one consideration for me. Is a super light sleeper. I used to live in LA, and that was just too loud for me. I even in my neighborhood, where it was pretty quiet, I had to sleep with noise canceling headphones. And so I knew that if I got a larger van, I might have to park either in parking lots or in light industrial zones, or I just wasn't sure where, or on the street. I've tried on the street. That's just not working for me. Now I know. And I was right to I assumed I'm just not going to be able to fall asleep on the street, even if it's only frequented once. I wasn't sure about parking lots either, and I'll talk about that in future videos, which kind of parking lots and how to find them. So for me, it was being a light sleeper, and in the city, I thought I'm going to need to blend into places that are super quiet, that maybe a larger vehicle couldn't. Um, and like a Class C camper van, no way could I park where I park now and get the kind of sleep I need, get the quiet I need. Um, And it was I'll have a future video about that. It was a real process of trial and terror, like knocks in the night and trial and error, and I finally have it the way I like it. But, man, it was hard to get it right. Um, okay, so yeah, and as a woman driver, I can really keep a low profile with a minivan because there's so many middle-aged women like me driving around in minivans, and young women, family women. It's a guy thing too, family guys or guys who, well, I mean, maybe they want it's an all-wheel drive, so maybe some guy would be in this if he was a family guy, but, it's not really associated with guys, sorry. But, so if I see a guy in a minivan, I think, "Oh, that's a family guy or a van lifer." That's what I think. But if I'm, like, driving around in a white van, it I see women sometimes, but I usually think, "Wow, is she," before I knew about van life, I thought, "What is that? Is she a delivery driver?" Or it just didn't it was like my brain just didn't have a slot where I could just blend it out, and I really wanna be, blend in, at this time of my van life. Um, Third reason is I can tow with it. This van can tow up to 3,500 pounds. I have and I when I bought it, it had a tow bar. Um, so I wanna get a trailer eventually about half a year to a year and try to go more rural and try the public lands and meet up in quartzsite with people and, try the public I'm really interested in, like, long-term visitor areas on the public lands. But right now, that's just not happening for me. Um, so we'll talk more about it's just good because I don't need a full kitchen. I don't need I have set up for, my daily ablutions and things, but I'll talk more about that in another video. So that's, urban stealth. That's the uh oh, no, no, third reason is I can tow with it when the trailer, yeah. Fourth reason is, well, it's easier to convert a minivan into a no-build camper than it is, a larger vehicle. For me, at least, I don't have any technical skills, barely, just barely. I once repaired a sewing machine, that is it. I cannot, so I really researched the heck out of this, and I did a no-build build that I am very happy with, and, you can't really see it in this light, but I use a lot of these, but I'll talk about it in another video. Um, so yeah, and the last reason is it's easier to park. I mean, it's a smaller vehicle. I can pull into any slot, any parking lot. These teeny tiny city parking lots, I can get in there, and I was really scared of that because I've only ever driven tiny vehicles. I have never driven a vehicle this large. So the first month I bought it, when I was getting ready to move into it, I barely drove it. I was scared to drive it just around the block. I mean, I waited till a Sunday to drive it because I was scared I was gonna crash into things when I was parking because I didn't know, but now I've not had any problems. A lot better driver than I thought now that I'm used to this vehicle. I have no problem backing up and parallel parking. I just didn't know. I was scared. So but it still is, I imagine it's easier than a larger vehicle, but I also imagine that if I got a larger vehicle, I could get used to it. But I didn't know that, and so part of this whole process, and it's something I'll be talking about in future videos, is just facing my fears and proving and showing myself that I can do this, and just taking it one step at a time in a modular, kind of progressive way. Okay, well, those are the main reasons why I got a minivan. Your choice may be different because of your needs and your lifestyle, but I really recommend it as a way to ease into the lifestyle to see if it's going to work for you. And you can easily ease out. If you don't do too much to the van, you can then sell it later. Or you can then build up afterwards with it or swap things out if you get a trailer and then a different vehicle, a different tow vehicle, or whatever works for you, or maybe make a trade or sell it. Well, thanks again for listening to this video. It's my first, and I have no idea what to expect. I hope this works. I'm going to see if I can pause it now and upload it. Have a great day, and nice to meet you. I will try to post as often as I can. All right. Have a great day, you guys.